Hi, baby boomers. Have you discovered that you're part of the sandwich generation as well as being a baby boomer? Have you found yourself sort of sandwiched between looking after your aging parents on one hand and having fun and enjoying your children and grandchildren on the other hand? And you're kind of squashed in the middle? I'm Dr. Judy Butler, and I created the Guardian's Gift because one day I found myself sitting in the Department of Social Services on this hard vinyl chair. It was so uncomfortable in more ways than just where I was sitting. I was there because I was trying to help my parents get my dad some care in a nursing home, and at the same time keep my mother from losing her home. You see, my dad had dementia, and it was a difficult journey, and he'd gotten to a place where he needed more care than my mother could give him. She couldn't physically, financially, emotionally look after him much anymore, and I was afraid I was going to lose both of them. I felt like I was already losing my dad to the dementia and him not being fully present a lot. Then I felt like I was losing him physically out of the home into this nursing home. I didn't want to do that. But I knew that eventually I would lose him to death. And I was battling all of that inside while I was trying to keep my mom from losing the home that they'd worked so hard for all their lives. My parents were blue-collar workers. They spent most of their working life working in textile mills as I grew up. But they invested in their home. That was the thing that they thought, that they believed was where they needed to put their money, and they did. And my mother was adamant that, she didn't want to lose her home. But the only way to afford for us to put Dad in a nursing home, which I still hate, was for her to sign the house over. Now, I thought that my parents had everything in order. They had a will, they had healthcare power of attorney and some legal documents. But you know what? There were things they didn't have in place because they didn't know. And this particular day, I found myself sitting there in the Department of Social Services with an attorney by my side that I had hired. I was confused. I was like, why am I here? What are we doing here? What is this? I had to hire an attorney? What I learned that day is that there are pieces and parts of this red tape, of this circus that we call a senior adult market, I was like, I don't know how to navigate this. I know part of it, but I didn't know all the red tape. I didn't know the tangled mess. And I didn't know that I was going to hate the tangled mess. And I was like, there has to be a better way. There just has to be. I looked around in Department of Social Services and I'm like, what do these other people do that they don't have the resources that I had? And I was like, there has to be a better way. There just has to be a better way. And I looked for it. And guess what? There's not a better way. Well, at least there wasn't then. I was so worried about trying to figure out each step. I didn't have the time or energy. I didn't have the financial wherewithal to go and do any more than I was doing at the moment. I was exhausted. I've been being a caregiver for a while, looking after Dad and Mom. And, that's difficult. That is so hard, especially when you're trying to juggle going to visit with your adult children. But I was like, oh, wait, do I have all my stuff in order? Do I have everything I need? Do I have all my pieces and parts? Well, let me just say, that day, I realized there wasn't a system. There wasn't a way for all the pieces and parts to come together. There wasn't one source of support to help answer the questions that I had. Medicare doesn't pay for nursing homes. I didn't know that. I wasn't old enough at that point when this happened to be part of the Medicare system. I didn't know. When you don't know, why would you go looking if you didn't need it? I didn't, but now I do. So I created the Guardian's Gift. I created this because I don't want anybody else to go through the physical, the financial, the emotional, the spiritual. I don't want anybody to go through what I went through. And I see people going through it every day. I ran into a wall, but now I've gone around it, I've climbed over it, I've dug a hole underneath it, and I've done everything I can so that I can help as many people as possible not go through what I went through. I'd love to tell you more about the story, and as the days go by, I will bring more information to you. But if you're interested in what I learned, please give me a call. You can call me at 404-900-6923. You can reach me by email at judy@theguardiansgift.org. But if nothing else, just reach out to me and let me know your story. Let me know what your concerns, what your questions are, because I'd love to help. Baby boomers, ciao for now.